Here we go. Hello, Facebook friends, hello. Hello, Facebook friends, hello. I'm feeling real silly, so let's start the show. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh my goodness. There you go. Hey, Miss Christie's here. Say hi, Miss Christie. Gotta wave way over, way over. Just got your fingers in. There you go. We are just in the middle of unpacking everything, so the house is quite a disarray. And, not Desiree. Desiree. Almost said Desiree. That's almost Desiree. Hello, my house is Desiree. Oh, that's good. My house is Beulah. So the house is in a bit of a disarray. I was going to say Desiree. Disarray. It's messy. And so we just sort of set this up with a lamp and a phone, and here we go. Today, I didn't want to miss today because today is book number 500. 500. Ba-da-ba, 500. And I found a Dr. Seuss book that I've been saving to read to you, and I found it in my books of box of books, my books of boxes, my books of boxes, box of boxes. And so yeah, it's been we moved out of the other our old place, and we're now in the new place. And you love that blue? Awesome! Thank you very much, Miss Christie. Did we pick that blue? No, we did not pick that blue. We cannot take. We cannot take responsibility for the blue, but it is a cool blue. And this is sort of where this is where the this is our living room, and that's our window. We have more than one window, but this is it. That's it. I'd show you around, but this just boxes. Boxes and boxes of stuff I should never have packed to begin with. That should have been all given away. Anyways, shall we read a book for book number 500? 500. Here we go. Dr. Seuss's sleep book. I didn't even know this was a book. Well, guess what? On the back is all the other books I might not know exist either. So this is by Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss. It's from Random House. And this book is from 1962. So we'll read this book as book number 500. It's a longer book. Here we go. The news. Just came in from the country of Keck. That is a very small bug by the name of Van Vleck. Is yawning so wide you can see down his neck. This may not seem important, I know, but it is. I'm bothering to tell you so. Dr. Seuss books are hard for me to read sometimes. Doo-doo-doo. A yawn is quite catching, you see, like a cough. It just takes one yawn to start the other yawns off. Now, the news has come in, and some friends of Van Vleck's are yawning so wide you can see down their necks. At this moment right now, under 7 more noses, great yawns are in blossom. They're blooming like roses. Well, thank you for joining me for book 500. The yawn of that one little bug is still spreading. According to the latest reports, it is heading across wide fields through sleepy night air, across the country towards every which where. The people are gradually starting to say, I feel rather drowsy. I've had quite a day. I'm feeling rather drowsy. I've had quite a day. I'm stifling a yawn now by just looking at yawns. That can't be right. Creatures are starting to think about rest. The 2 Biffer-Baum birds are now building their nest. They do it each night, and quite often I wonder how they do this big job without making a blunder. But that's their problem, not yours and not mine. The point is, they're going to bed, and that's quite fine. I love this book. Definitely a favorite Dr. Seuss read. Well, thanks, Rob. Rob, I'd never heard of this book before. Sleep thoughts are spreading through the whole land. The time for night brushing of teeth is at hand. Up at Herkimer Falls, where the great river rushes and crashes through crags and great gurgling gushes, the Herkimer sisters are using their brushes. Those falls are just grand for toothbrushing beneath, if you happen to be up that way with your teeth. We're getting inundated by the cats. The news just came in from Castle Crump. The lights are all out and the drawbridge is up. The old drawbridge drawer just said with a yawn, My drawbridge is drawn, and I'm going to stay drawn till the milkman delivers the milk about dawn. I'm going to bed now, so nobody better come round with a special delivery letter. The number of sleepers is steadily growing. Bed is where more and more people are going. The Culpeper sisters, in Culpeper Springs, in the Stiltwalkers' Hall, the Stiltwalker stilts are stacked on the wall. The Stiltwalker walkers have called it a day. They're all tuckered out and they're snoozing away. And that's very big news. It's important to know. That's why I'm bothering to tell you so. I'm totally getting distracted by Gracie the cat. On the way out west, in the town of Merced, the Hinklehorn Honking Club just went to bed. Every horn has been quietly hung on a hook for the night in its own private Hinklehorn nook. All this long, happy day, they've been honking about, and the Hinklehorn honkers have honked themselves out. But they'll wake up quite fresh in the morning, and then they'll start right in to Hinklehorning again. Everywhere, creatures are falling asleep. The collapsible frink just collapsed in a heap, and by adding the frink to the others before, I am able to give you a who's asleep score. Right now, 40,404 creatures are happily, deeply in slumber. I think you'll agree that's a whopping fang number. A collapsible frink. Counting up sleepers? Well, this is just how we do it. Really quite simple. There's nothing much to it. We find out how many, we learn the amount, by the auto-talio count. I did it. On a mountain halfway between Reno and Rome, we have a machine in a plexiglass dome, which listens and looks into everyone's home. And whenever it sees a new sleeper go flop, it jiggles and sets a new giggle bell drop. So our chap counts these balls as they plop in a cup, and that's how we know who's down and who's up. Well, I don't think I'll sleep well tonight knowing somebody's watching me. Do you talk in your sleep? It's a wonderful sport, and I have some news of this sport to report. The world champion sleep talkers Joe and Mo Redzoff, they have gone to sleep and they're talking their heads off. For 55 years now, each chattering brother has babbled and gabbled all night to the other. They've talked about laws and they've talked about gauze. They've talked about paws and they've talked about flaws. They've talked quite a lot about old Santa Claus. And the reason I'm telling you this is because you should take up the sport. It's just fine for the jaws. This is my ADHD, by the way. Did you know there's a book called On Beyond Zebra by Dr. Seuss? You did?
Yeah.
We don't have that one. We need to find that book. Do you walk in your sleep? Just had a report of some interesting news of this popular sport. Near Finnegan Fen, there's a sleepwalking group which not only walks, but walks a hula hoop. Every night they go miles. Why they walk in such length, they have to keep eating to keep up their strength. So every so often, one puts down his hoop, stops hooping and does a quick snooping for soup. And that's why they're known as the Hoop Soup Snoop Group. Oh my goodness. Sleepwalking, too, are the curious Crandalls. who sleepwalk on hills with assorted-sized candles. The crannels walk nightly in slumbering peace, in spite of slight burns from their hot dripping grease. The crannels wear candles because they walk far, and if they wake up, they want to see where they are. Well, that makes sense. I guess flashlights are out.
Flashlights would be a lot safer.
Yeah. We don't have Thedrick the Big-Hearted Moose either. We've got a couple more Dr. Seuss books to find. Now, the news has arrived from the Valley of Vale that a Chippendale mupp has bitten his tail, which he does every night before shutting his eyes. Such nipping sounds silly, but really it's totally wise. You see, he has no alarm clock, so this is the way. He makes sure they'll up at the right time of day. His tail is so long he doesn't feel any pain till the nip takes the trip and gets to his brain. In exactly 8 hours, the Chippendale mupp will at last feel the bite and yell, ouch, and wake up.
That's genius. But also, would you want to start your day every day with pain? I don't know.
No.
It's genius.
It is genius, no. That's perfect. I don't wake up going, ouch! I do that lately because when we're moving all the furniture, I wake up, the first thing I wake up and I'm going, that hurts, everything hurts. A Mr. and Mrs. J. Carmichael Crocs. They have gone to bed near the town of Fort Knox, and they, by the way, have the finest of clocks. I'm not all sure that I quite understand just how the whole thing works and with the one extra hand, but I do know this clock is one very slick trick. It doesn't tick-tock, it goes talk-tick. So when the tick's in its talker and the talk's in its ticker, it saves lots of times for the sleepers sleep quicker. Well, I've only messed up a couple of times tonight.
It's pretty good.
That's not bad, especially for me. Hey, Miss Christie.
What?
Could we have a puppy instead of an alarm clock? If we had a puppy, we wouldn't need an alarm clock because we'd be up anyway.
No.
I think we would. And we would be up. Puppies make great alarm clocks. Why do you think?
It can be your alarm clock.
I know. Oh.
No.
You said no. Sorry. You all heard her say it could be my alarm clock, right? So that's what I'm saying is that that's why they make good alarm clocks. You know why? You know what kind of dog we should get then?
Where are we going to fit a dog, Tazzy?
We should get a watchdog. Because they'll tell time. What a fine night for sleeping. From all that I hear, it's the best night for sleeping in many a year. They're even asleep in Zywek Motel, and the people don't usually sleep there too well. The beds are like rocks, and everybody knows the sheets are too short. They don't even cover your toes. So, if people are actually sleeping in there, it's a great night for sleeping. It must be in the air. It's a great night for snores. I just had a report of some boys who are our tops in this musical sport. The snoriest snores in all the fair land are the Snore MacPhail and his Snore-a-Snort band. This band can snore Dixie or Old Swanee River so loud that it would make 40 elephants quiver. The loudest of all of the boys is MacPhail. He snores with his head in a 3-gallon pail. So they snore in a cave 20 miles out of town. If they snored close in, they'd snore the town down.
Are you a part of this band?
No, I snore solo. Solo, nobody can hear me. Do you know who's asleep out in Fungala Lungala? 2 very nice Fungalungala Balloonala. Oh my gosh, really? Funa Laguna Babuna. That's what it is. Sorry, let me try that again. Dyslexia. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Do you know who's asleep out in Funa Laguna? Well, that's 2 very nice. Funa Laguna Babuna. They've added them to our Who's Asleep count, which has grown to a really amazing amount. Exactly 8,808 creatures are asleep now. Well, isn't that great?
Those look like they have built-in pillows.
They do. They look like those when we were kids we used to have with the fur around our jackets.
Yeah.
That's it. Jed. A Jed is in bed, and the bed of a Jed is the softest of softest beds in the world, it is said. He makes it from pom-poms he grows on his head, and then he's sleeping right now on the softest of fluff, completely exhausted from growing the stuff.
That does look really soft.
It does. The news has come from the district of Doft, where two oft are asleep, and they're sleeping aloft. And how are they able to sleep off the ground? I'll tell you. I weighed one last week, and I found that an off is so light, it weighs minus 1 pound. Hey, Malaya, how are you? Malaya. Theo Fleury is here too. That's awesome. A moose is asleep. He's dreaming of moose drinks. A goose is asleep, and he's dreaming of goose drinks. And that's well and good when a moose dreams of moose juice, and nothing goes wrong when a goose dreams of goose juice. Uh-oh, here it comes. But it isn't too good when a moose and a goose start dreaming of drinking each other one's juice. The moose juice, not goose juice, is juice for the moose, and a goose juice, not moose juice, is juice for the goose. So when a goose gets a mouthful of juices of mooses, and the moose gets a mouthful of juices of gooses, they will always fall out of their bed screaming, scream. So I'm warning you now, never drink in your dreams. I did that not bad.
Pretty good.
That was good.
That was a tough one.
That was a tough one. Yeah. Here we go. Let's try that again, okay? Moose juice, not goose juice, is juice for the moose, and a goose juice, not moose juice, is juice for the goose. So when a goose gets a mouthful of juices of moose, and a moose gets a mouthful of juices of gooses, then they'll fall out of bed and screaming the scream. So I'm warning you now, never drink in your dreams. Speaking of dreaming, I think you should note that the Bubble Tub Club is now dreaming afloat. Wonder if it's root beer. Might be root beer afloat. Oh, I dream of root beer floats probably. Every night they go dreaming down Bubble Tub Creek, except for one night every third or fourth week when they stop for repairs because their bubble tubs leak. But tonight they're afloat, full of dreams, full of bliss. And that's why I'm bothering telling you this. Hunches and Bunches is another one we don't have. We have a bunch of Dr. Seuss books that we don't have. We have a bunch of Dr. Seuss books that we don't have. We don't have a lot of Dr. Seuss books we should have. We need Dr. Seuss books. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to make a list of these and I'm going to try to get them all. At the fork in the road, in the Vale of Valvode, 5-foot weary salesmen have laid down their load. All day they've raced around in the heat at top speeds, unsuccessfully trying to sell Zitzerzoof seeds, which nobody wants because nobody needs. Tomorrow will come, they'll go back to their chore, they'll start on the road, Zitterzoofing once more. But tonight they've forgotten, their feet are so sore, and that's what the wonderful nighttime is for. Everywhere creatures have shut off their voices. They've all gone to bed in their beds of their choices. They're sleeping in bushes, they're sleeping in crannies. Some on their stomachs and some on their fannies. They're perfectly sleeping in comfortable holes. Some even in soft-tufted barber pools. The number of sleepers is now past the millions, and the number of sleepers is now in the billions.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Right? That's a lot of people sleeping. They're sleeping on steps and on strings and on floors, in mailboxes, ships, and keyholes of doors. Every worm on a fish hook is safe for the night. Every fish in the sea is too sleepy to bite. Every whale in the ocean has turned off its spout. For light between here and far, foodle is out. And now, adding things up, we've gone past 1 billion. Who's asleep score is now up to zillions. Well, I guess it must be counting mosquitoes and such. $99 zillion, 9 trillion and 2 creatures are sleeping. And how about you?
It's a crowded hill.
It is a very crowded hill. But they're sleeping.
Nobody's farting in their sleep.
Oh, let's see if there's anybody farting in their sleep. We'll have to wait till tonight. When you put out your light, then the number will be 99 zillion, 9 trillion and 3. Good night. There you go. That's a cool book. Haha. Hey, Sister Mel, how are ya? Just read my 500th book. Wow. How many days? How many days has it been? March 18th to now. If we weren't recording on my phone, I could ask. I don't know. It's been quite a long days. How many days do you think?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
At least 5.
At least 7 days for sure.
Yeah.
So that was book number 500, a Dr. Seuss book. And then I read on the back that there's more Dr. Seuss books that I haven't had yet. So I'm going to be, well, there's a few of them that we haven't had. If I ran a zoo, if I ran a circus. I can lick 30 tigers today. You shouldn't lick a tiger. They'll probably get mad at you. And they might think you're cleaning them if you're licking them.
Maybe.
That's why we need a puppy. Anyway, don't say no. It's 500 book, and so for my 500th book, I think we should get a puppy.
No.
I think we should get a puppy.
No.
I think we should get a puppy.
No.
Sometimes she just doesn't say no the third time, and I just hear what I want to hear. But thank you very much for being here to read the 500th book with me, and I hope to be reading a few hundred more books to you as well. I was going to say something. I can't remember. It's probably out of my head. I'm very tired today. There's a lot of going through, like I said, boxes I shouldn't have never packaged, then not trying to remember where things go now and trying to put things away. So we're going to be doing a lot of that in the next little bit. Tomorrow I think Weebeast, tomorrow's Thursday, so tomorrow Weebeast won't be here, but Friday Weebeast will be here, but I'll be here back tomorrow. Somebody figured it out for me. It was 194 days. Wow, we're almost at 200 days. Miss Christie.
Yes.
In 6 more days, it's 200 days.
Wow.
Yes. Thank you very much. I should probably see who did that for me. But Kathleen, thank you very much for doing that. And get a puppy, Miss Christie.
No.
Phil says get a puppy.
No.
Phil, you just want to get rid of your puppy, don't you? Because I saw what happened to your puppy. The puppy ate everything except for its food. It looked like it did. It looked like it came through with it would look like a tooth-filled tornado. Just the whole house. Phil. Anyway, hey Phil, I found that little thing that for the trailer to hook the wheel thing in. It was in my pocket. Now I don't know where it is, but it's here somewhere. Just to let you know. Anyways, I should probably stop talking because it's probably getting late, and I would love to read another 100 or so books to you, or whatever you would like. So let me know if you have any books that you would like me to read. Send it to me in a DM, or send me a message and let me know if you have birthdays or such coming up, and we will be singing happy birthday to oh no, he eats his food, he says. And we'll sing happy birthday to you. But anyway, I've been so flattered and blessed to be able to read to you for 500 books. I'm so very happy, and I'm having trouble finding my words, to be honest with you. But remember this, that in a world where we can choose to be whatever we want, please choose to be kind. Remember, it's okay to get mad, it's okay to be sad, it's okay to get frustrated with a situation. But it's very important for you to remember ABK. Always be kind. Always be kind, always be kind. I promise myself to always be kind. You got to read I Love You Like Crazy Cakes. Okay, send me that, Miss Sister Mel, send me that. Maya says Llama Books, okay? And you got me. Oh, Joanne's got her ABK shirt on. Leslie and Justin are saying good night, Taz and Miss Christie and ABK. ABK, always be kind, always be kind. I promise myself to try to always be kind. And we often forget to be kind to ourselves, so do that too. And now I'm going to sing my little song that we started 500 books ago. Okay? Good night, Facebook friends, good night. Good night, Facebook friends, good night. May your dreams be cheery and your dreams be bright. Good night, Facebook friends, good night. Sleep tight, Facebook friends, sleep tight. Sleep tight, Facebook friends, sleep tight. May your dreams be silly till the morning light. Good night, Facebook friends, good night. Good night, Sister Mel, I love you, I miss you very much. And remember, don't ever worry about being perfect, because in all that you say and all that you do, you never have to be perfect. You've just got to be you. And Miss Christie, on the count of 3, we're going to race to see who can say I love you fastest. 1, 2, 3, go. Haha, you only got one finger there. You were pointing.
I'm the overwhelming winner, though.
Lots of love. Have a good night. Bye-bye. 501 tomorrow.